Greetings, everyone. It's Professor Mark Nolan, the Director for the Centre for Law and Justice, coming to you today from Ngunnawal and Ngambri lands in Canberra, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging of these lands and the lands on which you are listening to this. Welcome to the residential school for 2022-30. As always, a big thank you to Kim Bailey as the convener of this residential school plenary, as well as all of the team and all of the guests who are coming to make this a wonderful day on offer to everyone enrolled in the LLB. So thank you for taking the time to either have come to the residential school or to listen to some of the recordings afterwards. Remember, there's a bank of podcasts, industry introductions about staff who are working in the legal profession, practitioners, judges, alumni from our programs, as well as what we do every plenary session, which is to invite around a theme, a collection of guests. As always, we have our elders in residence, the Wiradjuri Bathurst Base elders, coming to open the day and to acknowledge country and to welcome you. They will also be providing the Yalba Linya Cultural Support Program session from 1 o'clock to 2:30 on the day. But we have some wonderful thematic guests coming as well. And the theme for this session is legal ethics. So for those of you who are part of the compulsory residential schools, and for those of you who are part of the voluntary residential schools, we're trying to invite a group of practitioners and office bearers who can talk about ethics in practice, but also the connection between ethical behaviour and what we're trying to socialise you into in terms of ethics, and how that links through to your professional practice later on, if that's the career that you choose. So first up, we have Ms. Lyndon Barnes, who is the Senior Ethics Solicitor at the Law Society of New South Wales, and she'll give you a snapshot of ethical conundrums that she is seeing in her role in New South Wales, and the role of the Law Society of New South Wales in assisting all practitioners to be ethical and to meet the standards that we expect. After Lyndon, we have Mr. Paul Crean, who's a barrister at Samuel Griffith Chambers, and he's going to focus in particular on ethical issues in criminal practice. He's a former principal solicitor and senior advocate of the New South Wales Crown Solicitor's Office, and he might also reflect on some of his time at the North Australian Aboriginal Justice Agency, NAJA, where he did some really foundational and important criminal law work. Then we have the pleasure of welcoming Commissioner Mr. John Mackenzie, the Legal Services Commissioner of New South Wales, and the Legal Service Commission receives complaints against legal practitioners under legislation. And John also has a wonderful practice career, quite a long-standing career in the Aboriginal Legal Service, as well as being on the staff of the Royal Commission into Aboriginal Deaths in Custody. So we hope to pull out some of those perspectives in our discussion with John as well. Then finally, we'll have some representatives from the Legal Practitioners, Legal Professionals Admissions Board, the LPAB, who will be able to talk about the issues of ethical practice at university, ethical practice as you transition and have to make character references to seek admission to practice in the Supreme Court of New South Wales. So we'll have that focus as well. So as you can see, we've got a wonderful program of practitioners and very experienced office bearers who have seen the best and the worst of ethical practice by lawyers. And hopefully you'll enjoy this theme this time, and thank you for being involved.